Meghan and Harry's path to becoming two of the most hated people in the world has been revealed. Briefly describe the adversity the couple experienced. Hello friends and welcome to the Princess Diana News Channel. Well, another weekend awaits us and I'm putting off the Meghan and Harry PR series for now. About 5 years ago, we predicted the character and true nature of Meghan Markle. In retrospect, we can definitely confirm that all of our assumptions were correct. In this video, we try to summarize how these two royal villains became two of the most hated people on the planet. Over the years, it has become increasingly clear that Meghan Markle has always valued fame and money above all else. This meant more to her than anything else in life. She doesn't seem to care who she hurts or whether what she says is true. As long as someone is paying attention to her, as long as someone is sending her pictures, as long as her name is in the news, that's all she cares about. She believed she had succeeded. For Meghan Markle, the list of things and people that are truly important to her is very small. In fact, there is only one item on the list: her and her extremely limited world. People exist only to serve it and make it better than it actually is. If your view of the world is as small as Meghan Markle says, your task is not so difficult. Basically, it's anyone else's business to make this attack on a horrible person better than he really is or ever will be. He doesn't care about donations or how it affects other people's lives or businesses. And in the world Meghan lives in, she sees people as either for her or against her. It's basically a black and white world, and all are disposable, I mean all. Meghan is not changing who she is. I don't even think she could do it if she tried. Meghan, or the people who support her and make her look good or desirable, have a very hard job, and it's getting harder and harder. Every time Meghan does something that is insulting, rude, or insulting, it gets harder. In other words, every time Meghan reveals her true identity, the task of improving her appearance becomes more difficult. We all saw her incredibly offensive bow on Netflix, mocking the Queen, who is loved and respected around the world. In the modern world, this is no small feat, so it speaks volumes about what an extraordinary woman the late Queen was. It's not just the elderly who are insulted by Meghan. She also showed incredible violence towards 3-year-old Princess Charlotte on her wedding day to Harry. If you go back and watch the footage from that day, you'll see what Meghan gave to Princess Charlotte. I mean, if looks could kill, Queen Charlotte would fall for it. Meghan Markle is in love with Princess Charlotte. That wasn't the only thing she did. He was also filmed while Queen Charlotte slept, and it was that night that Eduardo and Sophie took him to the airport and sent him to stay in Canada. Meghan was even said to have stolen jewels from members of the royal family, and I believe I wouldn't put it past her. Of course, the royal family is too dignified to confirm or deny so many statements by people or others, so we can't know for sure what's true and what's fiction. But this is what I believe and why I believe that these statements, which have been said more than once, are completely true. I am 100% sure that Meghan took pictures of the palace and grounds and intended to sell those pictures for a lot of money. And I'm sure the royals went through Meghan's things to get them back to her to get any information and harmful stuff she wanted to steal. They must protect themselves, their assets and their safety. And I think that Meghan wants to insult and hurt the royal family. The royal family has information about Meghan, more information about Meghan than they do themselves. They know he has a bad past, and I'm sure they know all about it. And the Queen allowed Harry to marry Meghan, but I also believe that there has been a thorough investigation of him, his financial situation, his previous activities and the skeletons in his closet. I think all of this was carefully researched and everything about her was known before Harry was allowed to marry her. And I really think Meghan understands that she can't pressure the royal family to do something she doesn't want to do. I think the royal family already knows enough about him. They certainly have enough money and influence to put him in jail if they wanted to, and they could probably keep Harry in a mental institution for a very long time if they had to. And I think Meghan and Harry know that very well. I'm 100% sure that Meghan Markle lied to herself in a British courtroom, but I also suspect that she stole enough jewelry from the royal family that it was worth getting arrested and sent to prison for a long time. I believe the crimes and riots we have seen from Meghan and Harry show they are concerned. And if Meghan and Harry do indeed have children with them, I believe both parents are a threat to the children's health and safety, and I think that's one of the reasons why Meghan and Harry lost the HRH decoration and why their invisible children will not have the HRH decoration permanently and they will be disinherited for the next 5 years. This is my prediction. I suspect they have already done DNA tests on Meghan and Harry's children, but they won't announce the results until after Prince William and his beautiful wife Catherine are crowned King and Queen of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. It makes sense to wait until the baby sharks are a little older, maybe teenagers or adults. And then they will announce that the substitute was actually used to make both artificial and invisible. At that point, it will become less political. When the news is finally released, there will be calls for Meghan, Harry, and their children to be removed from the line of succession. Then these problems will be fundamentally solved. That's it for them. This would be the final straw that ends all the chaos surrounding Harry and Meghan for the rest of his life. At this point, it doesn't matter that he's still married to Meghan. I mean, Harry and Meghan have done so much at this point that they can't go back. After King Charles and Queen Camilla died I don't think we would see any more scandals as William would become king and Catherine would be known as Queen Catherine, and they created an extremely stable situation for them and their children, family life and marriage. They maintain good relationships with each other and with their children. Well, neither Meghan nor Harry seem to be able to have a good, sensible relationship with anyone. Meghan only loves herself. Her whole life has been like this, because of who she is. Her relationships with people begin and end with herself. Meghan bought herself a watch and had it engraved on the back, saying it was a gift to her future self, and for good reason. Who does such a thing? I'm not impressed with Meghan and Harry's behavior. They must be the most narcissistic people in the world. But William and Catherine seem to have made a wonderful, solid family. Their children are very happy and seem relatively normal considering their lifestyle. Although some members of the family were less well adjusted, Catherine and William seem to ensure a good home life for the children. However, it is quite clear that Harry and Meghan only care about themselves. You cannot truly love anyone or anything else. That's how they are. Now Meghan's family has realized this, and her brother Thomas Markle has tried to warn Harry and the rest of the family that Meghan is toxic. Thanks to Spotify executives calling them scammers, everyone knows what they really are. Harry and Meghan are like cancer. I mean, except for a few people who refuse to accept that Meghan and Harry are over, everyone knows what's going on. They're done. Their reputation is at stake. They are pale. I mean, he can't rebuild his career or his reputation. They can also buy some tombstones and coffins for their reputation because that is their goal. They don't want to be better than what they are now. And I know I can't be the only one who wants Meghan to live in some cabin, look down on so many people and act like you are better than everyone else. She should know what it's like to live a hard life. Meghan complained too much when she lived in a real palace, after all. So, okay, let her live in a one-room shack in a poor neighborhood and see if she likes it. From what I've read and heard, this is exactly what Meghan deserves. She took advantage of and abused almost everyone she met. This makes Meghan and Harry two of the most despised people on earth. What do you think of this summary? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed our video tonight, please don't hesitate to like and share it with everyone who appreciates it. Please also subscribe to our Princess Diana News channel for more updates in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. We'll be back to see you all tonight.